All right, welcome back to the Shade Tree Garage. And I wanted to share something with you guys. Now, if you're watching YouTube, you're probably either a big fan of YouTube or a creator, fellow creator. Some of you may even have your own website and a domain name. And this is for you guys who have domain names or have one for your business. And you may not be the one, you may hire somebody to handle that for you, the domain name and the registration and all that. Well, that's fine. But you will receive at some point a letter very similar to this one from a company by this name or a very similar name, Domain Services, or Domain Listing, I'm sorry. And they send you a very official looking letter. And let me get this out. All right, very official looking letter. And it reads that please remit payment by June 16th, 2026. And it's a listing, annual listing for a domain website, NelsonCountyGazette.com, which is my website. And the amount for the listing service, $288. All right. Now, a domain name, depending on the registrar, is going to cost you under $50, probably anywhere from $20 to $50. If you have, mygarage.com or something similar. Domain names do not cost $288 unless there are some specialty domains like, I think .tv, or there's some specialty domains out there that can be expensive. But for your average .com, .net, they're not that expensive. All right, now if I'm Joe, garage owner, and I get this invoice in the mail from these folks, and it's telling me about the domain name, and I need to pay this $288 fee. Well, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose my website name. So they even provide a self-addressed envelope, no stamp naturally, and you can write them a check and send it to them, and you'll preserve your listing. Not the domain name, just the listing. All right, now here's what this company is. It's called a website listing service. And basically they create a directory of websites. All right, from July 1st through June 30th, July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027, $288. All right, subscription includes annual website domain listing on Internet Directory. Complete details located www.ripuoff.com. All right, now, this would have you think, this letter, this complete letter, will make you believe that if you don't pay this, you may lose your website name. And nothing could be worse for a business than losing control of the website. Well, let's read the fine print, the italicized print. It's right here in front. All right, this website listing is provided to leading websites throughout the United States to enhance visibility and connect with new customers. We are not a domain registrar, and we do not register or renew domain names. Now that's in here. This is their disclaimer that keeps their business legal. You will get this, and you may think it's for your website domain, and they want you to think that. They want you to think that you owe them $288 to keep your domain, and it won't have a thing to do with that. All right, the time frame specified for this mailer is for illustrative purposes only, and may not represent your actual listing period. So even if you pay them on time, you may or may not be in their listing, their directory, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I don't know. Their directory is not Google, So what the hell good is it? You're paying them $288 and you think you're preserving your domain name, and you're not. And if that domain name expires, you may lose it. All right, now, Any payment to domain listings, including payments made prior to the current expiration date, will automatically extend your listing by 1 year. To keep your domain listing active in our online directory, annual renewal is required. All right, this is not a bill. This is a solicitation. You're under no obligation to pay the amount stated above unless you accept this offer. And it's got information for inquiries, etc., etc. So now the reverse of this tells you how to make a payment. You can make it online. You can by mail. And what you get for your $288. Annual website domain listing on Internet Directory, 24/7 worldwide exposure to customer access, and complete details on their rip-off website. All right. Now they make it handy because you can remit the payment in this envelope by check or even a credit card. How handy is that? They're more than welcome to take your money any way you want to send it to them. All right, don't fall for this. This is a rip-off, plain and simple. Now they have that italicized part to cover their butts because they're basically selling you a listing on some directory that nobody's going to find. If you want your business to be visible on the internet, Google, Facebook, social media sites, that's where you want to spend your money, not on some bogus listing that makes you think you're going to lose your website domain name. All right, so just be on the lookout. Any unsolicited mailings like this are indeed bogus. They're trying to fish for the lowest common denominator, people who may not be tech savvy about them having a website, how the domain registrar works and who it's with, etc. All they want to get this is to somebody who's got a checkbook, and they can scare them into thinking, oh shit, I better pay this. Somebody's got to pay this by June 16th. So anyway, don't fall for this crap. If you have a domain name and somebody else registered it for you, ask them to check to make sure that your registration is good and when it expires. And actually, it's something so simple, you can do it yourself. I have a number of website domains, and I can call them up at any time and check the expiration. In fact, my domain name registrar sends me a notice when they're about to expire, and then also keeps me updated when they bill my account for renewal. So it's a very simple process. There's no real mystery to it, okay? But don't let these sorts of mailings scare you into paying money that you need and they don't, all right? Anyway, that's today's lesson. And just if you have a question about these sorts of services, anything you get in the mail related to your website or domain name, ask somebody who's technically savvy. Don't be afraid to ask questions. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask, and it could cost you. In my case, it could cost me $288. That's a lot of stupid tax to pay. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here in the Shade Tree Garage.